Hey, look, I didn't lie about trying to post more regularly. Maybe. I hope, anyway. Anyway, the gameplay is me playing quick match, team deathmatch on trenches. I'm not posting a Zeta game because it's hard to play with my PVR the way it is. I think this is the game directly after that Anvil game I used for the video I posted on Respawn a couple days ago, playing the same people. Obviously not playing the greatest players in the world, but it was a party of 4, so I mean there's at least that. You know, a party of 4 average players can still wind up doing a lot. I don't know. I'm just trying to justify playing quick match at this point, I guess. But not really going to talk a whole lot about the gameplay in this one. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. I just kind of run around, do whatever, you know, play, you know, in ways that prevent me from dying for the most part. By the way, Zeta is amazing. I mean, if you didn't see the video that I posted on Gearspedia about how much I love it and how great of a playlist it is, you know, obviously that one completely explains how I feel about that playlist. But I'm not posting a gameplay from Zeta because even though I know I said that I'm not doing the Road to Battle Hardened because my PVR broke, it's not really broke. I'm getting closer to figuring out exactly what it is, but it's just some kind of weird electrical power type thing in my room where when one thing turns on, everything else in the room has a little surge of electrical inactivity or some shit. So something like my PVR goes full black screen for about 3 seconds, which essentially turns my TV off for a couple seconds. And for whatever reason, it really likes to happen in like the direct middle of a shotgun fight, or in 1-on-3s with all of them pushing me, or 1-on-4s. So I mean, it's kind of tough to put up with. It happens every time. I have a mini fridge in my room that I don't even use. I don't know why I even keep it plugged in, but like any time that the fridge turns itself on to, you know, just to bring its temperature down to what it's supposed to be, I can hear it turn on. My PVR goes black screen for a couple seconds. Since my family has gone full retard this winter and doesn't want to pay for gas, for heat, we're all using space heaters, so if my heater's set to turn on if my room dips below like 70 degrees, so if that happens, the PVR goes black screen too. If my monitor goes into sleep mode and I have to move it to turn it back on, that causes it to go black screen. I mean, there's all sorts of shit that just, it's frustrating, put it that way. I mean, I'm thinking about buying a BMI soon, which if I do, I would definitely be recording more, I'd stream more. I've always wanted to be able to stream more than record, but it's kind of hard to do that with a PVR unless you have an i5 or an i7, which in my case, I've got like a Core 2 quad from 2007, so that's not really an option. But I did mention Road to Battle Hardened. Something that I mentioned in the original Road to Battle Hardened was that I couldn't get a job. I was for people who may not have watched any of that. Basically, I've been going on 4 years now, where because I got in school in my sophomore year, I got an advanced case of mono called chronic fatigue syndrome, and basically that shut me out of school and work for a while. But I finally made a really, really hard effort to get a job somewhere. There's a Staples in my area. I know most people are going Staples. Who actually wants to work in a retail environment? But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if it gets me out of the house, it's whatever at this point, because it is boring sitting in front of a computer for most days, especially during the winter where you literally can't do anything. But I applied there. I got a job as an easy tech. The interview was kind of funny. Well, not funny, I guess, but there were 2 parts to the interview, and the first one was about like life things, like school and past jobs and whatnot. That one was just really awkward because I'm 20 years old and have never had a job, didn't finish school and all that. I can't drive, so it was just a kind of awkward interview. I think I did okay on that part. But the second part was they brought the tech manager in, and I just completely shit on that part. It was actually funny because my dad drove me there. He's waiting outside for me to finish, and I tell him I shit on it, and he didn't understand what I was saying. He thought that I did really badly. I'm like, no, I couldn't have done any better on it. So I wound up getting the job, obviously. Like I said, I'm working there now. The first 2 weeks, I've been working there for almost 3 weeks now. So up until Monday this week, every day that I was going in, I was taking like 6 hours of tests. I must have had to take 40 or 50 hours of tests of just work-based things, stuff that I'd be doing, because apparently, I didn't know this when I applied for the job, but if you ever apply for a job at Staples, the easy techs basically just have to wind up learning and knowing how to do just about anything. I thought it was a specialist kind of job. Like, I would maybe have to be able to pitch software and computer sales to customers. I didn't know that I'd also have to know where everything in the store is and have to put stuff on the shelves and shit. So, it's definitely more than I was bargaining for when I applied for it, but I don't know, it feels nice to actually be doing stuff, so I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm still in training technically, so I haven't really gotten to do what I guess my job would imply. All I've really done is help people on the floor where I can, like somebody needs help finding ink for their printer, which is apparently the main thing Staples does. I didn't even know that. So, but for me personally, never having had a job, I actually kind of like having one. I know most people who have one, especially somebody who might work in a place like Staples, is like, oh, you should have mooched off your parents for as long as possible and whatnot, but after 4 years, it's just kind of ridiculous. It was completely unnecessary to be doing at this point and all that. But so far, I've kind of had fun with it. As far as getting up at 8 in the morning, which I haven't been used to for a while, I could do without that, I guess. But even then, being forced to be on a normal sleep schedule is kind of cool. Not cool, but it's better than waking up at 4 p.m. most days because, I can stay up until 6 a.m. So I'll stay up and play video games until my eyes fall out. That's, at least it prevents me from doing that. But, I guess that's really all there is to talk about as far as the job goes. I still haven't done most things that I would need to do. So, I guess this is kind of winding down now. Like I said, Zeta is awesome, and if I can get my PVR to work, or if I just go buy a BMI, I will definitely be posting gameplays constantly because I absolutely love that game mode. It's perfect. If you haven't played it, go play it. Trust me.